Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. You're watching the rest of the story. Staying true to my word, I did not run the 8370R. So, to fix that problem, I had Ryan turn the camera on. This is my camera. While he was out covering some acres. He got, I think, right around 100 acres of ground VT'd. So, it works because I have a custom baling job that I was working on when I was doing this. The custom baling job video is coming up. My videos are going to be a little staggered here because I shot like 4 or 5 videos all in the same day, and it's just as fast as I can get to them, I'm gonna try to get them out to you. But this one was the first one that came up, and this is the one I'm gonna upload because it's Thanksgiving Day, and I was in the field until 4 o'clock this morning, so I didn't take any time to do any videos last night. So I'm actually seeing this footage for the first time right along with you guys. I did not sit through and watch it through because I want to get it done. Now this is actually a ridge ground farm. Say the downside to farms like this is what you're seeing. They're a lot of, I call them fingers, because they run out to the end of the ridge where, as you can see down the hill there, it gets steep and you farm what you can farm. The only downside too is luckily we don't have a very heavy deer population in this area. That as far as deer damage goes, I really don't account a whole lot to it. I know out east, and I'm just saying east because of west, where deer damage is a definite issue where it can push you out of farming grain crops altogether. But deer damage to a minimal extent is pretty common around here. It's not the end of the world. Generally, they bother the outside, maybe 6 rows, and I've never actually had any place where the damage was so bad that like the entire outside 6 rows were junk. So we're lucky, I guess, fortunate enough that way. Hunters have been pretty good to us for the most part. We usually don't turn people away. I have, but we actually have family, friends, and people that we know that have hunted here. And for the record, this is not our farm. This is actually one of Ryan's farms. But when I talk about here, I mean on our home farms. People generally ask to hunt all the time. One thing that I have noticed, there's a lot more people asking to bow hunt in recent years than actually gun hunt. I think that's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's people like the sportsman side of it, where they're looking for more of a challenge as opposed to using a deer rifle, where I mean, you can, as long as you see the deer, you can pretty well hit it. So Ryan is utilizing the IVT. I don't think he actually. I think he said he really didn't have to use a clutch much at all. I was told that by the dealership that when it comes to these IVT transmissions for tillage, well, for many cases, as far as that is many jobs, people complain about IVT being with horsepower and being able to pull and all sorts of reasons, whatever people have for not wanting or liking to run IVT transmissions. I was told that a lot of it is, and I'm sorry guys if this doesn't correlate with what you guys believe, but what I was told is that a lot of the issue is with people that run IVT on high horsepower tractors for tillage that complain that IVT doesn't work is generally because people don't have a full grasp of how to run IVT to its full extent in heavy tillage situations. Now, don't take that the wrong way. Myself, I haven't really done much with. I haven't done any tillage with this 8370R. Say this is all from Ryan. Honestly, you'll have to ask Ryan what he thinks of of it pulling tillage wise. I haven't talked to Ryan too much since he filmed this for me. I spent the last 24 hours. I spent half my day baling, and then I spent the other half chisel plowing. So yes, I have this video, I have some chisel plowing videos, and I have a custom baling video that I have to get uploaded for you guys yet. So I got some videos coming. You guys have at least something worth watching coming yet. The VT is doing a great job as far as getting this ground down in the ground. Say it's getting a little bit of dirt over it, keep any leaves or anything from blowing away. That's largely what we want to see. So by the time we go to plant next year, they are well into breaking down, which is what we want. I'm not a fan of planting into standing corn stalks. I picked up a farm a year or two ago. That sounds right, yeah. A year or two ago. I can't quite remember what year it was. But it's a no-till farm, and I planted, it was corn on corn, standing, and just planted into standing stalks. Okay. I'm really not that big of a fan on no-till, but we went through and we combined it, and the stalks were still standing from the previous year. And the following spring, which it was the spring of 2017, Ryan went up to cut stalks with the Rhino 4155 to get them on the ground, because standing stalks to me, I don't like seeing when I'm going through to combine again, because I want those stalks breaking down. I don't like them standing there. They're really not benefiting us at all. So you get them down to the ground and get them broken down. And Ryan said as he was cutting those fields out that there were still stalks standing from the previous 2 years in places that hadn't been knocked over or anything. And to me, that's just kind of irritating. I just, no-till, okay, as far as getting into the no-till argument, people will argue to no end that no-till is the answer for any yield issues anyone has anywhere. Well, I'm not going to argue for it. I'm not going to argue against it. But the thing is, as far as tillage like we do, when it works, don't try to fix it. Our conventional tillage ground, where we were going through and VTing, chisel plowing, put in hydrous down, disking again in the spring, and planting, did better than any of our no-till ground. But somebody's going to say, well, Travis, well, you don't have the money tied up in tillage, and you can justify that from the less yield. And, well, tillage to me isn't really costing us a heck of a whole lot when we're running the bigger equipment. Fuel usage actually isn't as bad as you think on these bigger tractors. We can run that 8235. We run that for 2 days on the VT before we have to fill it. As being a big and bulky tractor that it is, the tractor is actually really fuel efficient. It also plays into the fact being a machine operator and not a steering wheel holder. When you're in easy running conditions, I know you guys can't see it. Well, this is an IVT. I don't know how Ryan has it set, but generally, especially when you're burning your own diesel fuel, when you can justify it, we throttle up, we shift up and throttle back. No much point in running the engine at wide open when you can throttle down a little bit and shift up and still do just as good a job, and you're not working the tractor near as hard. There's a lot of other factors that can go into no-till and conventional till. We've never considered strip till. People say that we're set up for it. we're not as set up for it as I feel we are. We need to do more of the RTK, more of the guidance for the planter. That needs to be probably ramped up a little bit better. There is a guy that does some no-till or some strip-till. He's a bigger operator though, and I've never talked to the guy, so I don't know how it's working for him. I think a lot of it is because he's got so many acres that he went away from tillage and did strip-till. But then again, he's also one of the guys that has, I don't know, he has a few hundred acres of crops out in the field yet. So it is what it is. I like to farm the way we farm because I know it works. It's as simple as that. I know it's easy to say strip till or no till on YouTube, but I don't know. I've thought it. You guys do it a lot when you're in the field. You do a lot of thinking of about how you can be efficient or be more efficient when it comes to farming. And I spent 23 hours in the tractor yesterday all together, and I tell you what, you don't sit in a tractor that long with your own thoughts and not try to think about how to be more efficient. I'm just doing the best that we can with what we got right now, and our APH, our average yields for our farms seem to show that we're doing a pretty decent job. So, well, that's enough of that. I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. I'm not sure, by the time this comes out, I believe our Thanksgiving will be over. So I'm hoping this gets uploaded and out to you by then. So look forward to tomorrow's video. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. But until then, take care, take it easy, keep in touch. Go ahead and hit subscribe, like, comment, dislike, whatever you feel this video deserves. But until then, I'll talk to you guys later.